Hello and welcome to Mr. Paul's Pantry. I'm Mr. Paul and it's nice to see you all here again. Thank you for calling round. Hope you're all well and have had a good week. Now, Sunday is the day I just show you what I've had for my main meals during the past 7 days. I don't give you any recipes, I give you some ideas of what ingredients I've used, how I've put them together, and how you can probably change yours around a little. Hope it gives you some ideas. So we first start off on Monday. I go Monday through to Sunday, by the way. So we're starting off on Monday, and it's been weather's been on and off this week, so I've had some difficult decisions to make as far as my meals were concerned. Anyway, Monday I had this pan-fried chicken fillet. It's a breast fillet. I cut the breast into 3 fillets. It was very thin, it wasn't thick, and it was simply egged and breaded and pan-fried. I didn't do anything else, nothing fun, just salt and pepper, and I seasoned the actual breaded coating, not the actual fillet itself. Okay, so that's the fillet, and I served it, as you can see, along with a medley of vegetables, green vegetables, which were green beans, some asparagus tops, and a few garden peas. Now, these were left over from a lunch I had a couple of days ago, so needed using up. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know I am a one for using up leftovers in the fridge. I hate to see waste. So that, and just instead of potatoes or anything like that, I wanted something extra, so I set it on a bed of sautéed mushrooms, and it was absolutely delicious. And that was my meal for Monday evening to kick the week off. Now, we come to Tuesday, and Tuesday I had meatballs in gravy. Sometimes I have them in a different sort of sauce, but I had them in gravy today, not a tomato sauce. And I served it with this beautiful colcannon. Colcannon's a nice mashed potato dish originating in Ireland, I think. It's mashed potato with some nice greens, whatever you've got mixed with it. I served it along with some steamed courgette. You might know it as zucchini. In Spain we call it calabacín. And also I put in some carrots. So the two went very, very nicely together. And then, of course, the meatballs in this delicious, unctuous gravy. It was absolutely to die for. I really enjoyed it. Tuesday was my meal. Meatballs in gravy. And so we come to Wednesday, and Wednesday it was a very nice day, so I decided to have lunch on the terrace, and I had that as my main meal. It was very, very nice. I enjoyed this nice prawn salad. It's a Caesar salad I made, and I enjoyed it with a glass of sin alcohol beer. It was delightful. Now, here's the romaine lettuce. You can't make a Caesar salad with anything else. It's beautiful lettuce, it's nice crunchy, and it has a nice flavour. I topped that with a nice Caesar salad dressing, which I made myself. You can buy them in the supermarket, some very good ones around, some very poor ones as well. But it's a very tasty dressing and very different to anything else. It's not like anything else. It's beautiful. I had some sourdough bread kicking around, and I made a few rustic-looking croutons there, and they were very tasty. And then I took the prawns, I peeled them, and I left the tails on, put them on my griddle pan, and I just sizzled them on there with some lemon juice for about 4 minutes, turning them just once. And here they are. They were succulent, they were nice and delicious. That was my meal for Wednesday lunchtime, which was gorgeous. So we come to Thursday, and if you've been watching my videos in the past, you'll know Thursday is the day I go out and do my shopping. Clear the fridge out. Anything that's left over that I don't want to throw away, I don't like throwing things away. So I try to make something for my meal on Thursday evening with whatever's left before I go and do my shopping. So this is what happened Thursday morning last week. Well, it's Thursday morning again, and as you've been watching in the past, Thursday's when I do my shopping, clear the fridge out, and anything that's left in the fridge, I try to make something for this evening's meal. Well, it's called the Thursday Fridge Challenge, and it's certainly a challenge this week, because all I've got here this week is a little bit of chicken left over from the fillet I had on, I think it was Monday I had chicken. Yes, there's a little bit of chicken. I've got two manky looking radishes. I've got 2 or 3 cherry tomatoes, and here I've actually got some sauteed potatoes and peas. It's actually left over from a lunch I had. I think it was Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. That was my lunch, and they were just left over. I normally would have given those to the dog. I don't know why I didn't. I put some cling film on it and popped it in the fridge, and it's hardly worth saving, but I'm going to try and do something with it because that's what's left. So here we are. I'm going to do my shopping now. It's a nice day, so I shall have a coffee out while I'm shopping on the terrace of one of the cafes in the town. And I shall sit and study these and see what I can make for tonight. So I'll see you shortly. Bye. So, as I just explained to you earlier, I had to raid my shopping basket this week, unfortunately. Had too few ingredients to do something with. I couldn't think of anything else. So what I did was I took a few lamb's lettuce leaves out of my shopping basket because to make the salad, here's the salad. I already had, if you remember, the radishes. I already had the tomatoes, and the cheese in there was some feta cheese, which was in a sealed box. I haven't opened it. I've had it 2 or 3 weeks. So I opened that and used a bit of cheese. I made a few croutons, and I also purchased some coleslaw, which I hadn't any cabbage or anything to make any, so I bought a little pot of coleslaw. And then on top of that, if you see the sauteed potatoes and peas I had left from earlier in the week, I warmed those. And with the chicken, I simply cut it into strips. I egged and breaded it just like I did the fillet earlier in the week, and fried them off and made these chicken goujons. And it was a nice, refreshing meal for Thursday evening. And so we come to Friday. Now, it was a miserable day forecast, and it was spot on. It was raining on and off, a little bit windy, and thunderstorms were forecast for the whole day. So I started early in the morning and I made a liver and onion casserole. Now, I had some liver in the freezer. I used ox liver for this. You may know it as beef liver, ox liver. In Spain, it's called ternera. It just depends where you live, but not pig liver and not lamb's liver. This is beef liver, a nice, firm liver with a lovely, lovely flavour. And I served it like this with some creamy mashed potatoes. I had some nice green French beans, which I sliced and steamed just for a few minutes. I like them with a bit of a crunch still to them. I don't like them when they're boiled and they're very, very soft and mushy. And then I had a couple of slices of this beautiful liver. It was nice. And, of course, topped with the unctuous gravy from the casserole. It really was a meal to remember. So that was my meal for Friday. Now, come to Saturday. And Saturday, I decided to use a few things from the freezer. First of all, I had some minced pork in there, left over from when I made something a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember what. But it was just plain minced belly pork, actually. And I decided to make these pork and apple rissoles. I have had them before a few weeks ago, and also I have a recipe underneath the video. I will put the link to it so you can follow that if you want. So I had these beautiful pork and apple rissoles, and I served them along like this with some buttered, creamed swede. Now, you might know it in the US as rutabaga. I think that's what they call it. We call it swede. In Scotland, they call it turnip. But turnip is usually white in England, and the swede is yellow. In Scotland, they call them both turnips. I don't know why. They do some strange things in Scotland, but they make some nice things as well, like the shortbread, etc. Anyway, I have to say that, keep myself out of trouble. So I served it with this nice buttered swede, and then I had some Savoy cabbage. Now, I can't often get green cabbage here in Spain. It's like winning the lottery. And so I saw this Savoy cabbage and I bought it. It was nice. It was beautiful, beautiful and green, kept its colour perfectly. I hate greens when they've cooked and it starts to look an awful grey, greeny, yellowy colour. I can't stand vegetables to cook like that. So this was just right. It was beautiful. And the gravy, what I did was, it was left over from the liver casserole yesterday. On the day before, should I say. And so I put it through a strainer and I didn't do anything else with it. I just put it through a strainer and served it on top of the rissoles. And that was my meal for Saturday evening, and it was a real nice change. So we come to today, Sunday, and as I explained last week, I've started having my main meal at lunchtime on a Sunday, so that gives me time to edit the video in the afternoon to get it out to you early evening. And today I'm having, or I did have, should I say, a nice pork chop. Nice thick cut one. It was a nice Iberica pork. That's from the Black Pig. Quite expensive, but very, very tasty. And I served it with a sort of ratatouille. Now this consisted of, I caramelized in the pan half a red onion, some tomatoes, a few slivers of red pepper, some little courgette cubes, and then I added these butter beans to it. There we are. And this is how I finally served it on the plate. I put down the bed of ratatouille, or whatever you want to call it, and just laid my pork on top. I did actually, I forgot to mention, I did actually put in 4 or 5 sage leaves when I was sauteing or caramelizing the vegetables. I didn't have anything else with it, no apple sauce, no chutney, nothing like that. And this was a delightful lunch. That was my pork chop for today, Sunday. Well, that's all we have for you this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. But for those people who keep asking me, just a little flash of my garden. People have been asking me where I live, what it's like, and this, that, and the other. Well, I have to say, I was out of action for 14 months with a broken neck, if you remember. And my garden was absolutely horrendous. It was overgrown, it was out of control, and I couldn't even walk down it. I had to chop my way through it. Well, I've got someone helping me now to sort it out, and it's gently getting back to rights. And this is what it looked like this morning in the sunshine. You'll also see on here my number 3 dog, Sue, who is very shy. She was very badly treated before we rescued her. We've had her 10 years, and she has never, ever ventured inside the house. She won't come near the house, and she won't let me stroke her, only when she's going to bed at night in the garage. She has a reclining chair in there, and she will let me tuck her in there. But once she's outside the garage, she won't come near me. She's very, very nervous. So that's my garden, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, go underneath, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share it with your friends on social media. And if you haven't subscribed, remember it's free to do so, and if you do, YouTube will tell you every time I put up a new video. So this is Mr. Paul saying bye for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.